What is going on, real ones? Today I got some exciting, some very interesting news to go over with y'all today. As you can see of one of the first headline I got about 3 of them to go over with you today. But is the tide turning with the bullshit in the games, in movies? Are they finally picking up what we have been putting down? Are they finally understanding what we have been trying to tell them for years? Okay, how y'all doing today? I got some articles to go over with y'all that's just gonna give you a little hope. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little hope. But before I get into all of that, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button, share the video with your friends, subscribe if you really like it. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get into this first one. Warhammer 40K Space Marines 2. Wonderful game. Black Templars all the way. Assault class main man for the Emperor. Okay. Developer admits games at Embracer made him want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. This has been the crux of what us in this space and gamers have been talking about for years. For years. That y'all that's trying to beat us over the head with this woke, just bullshit ideology is killing games and it's pissing us off. All right. So Asmongold, YouTuber, put out a video that reacted a video where he was going over how Space Marines 2 is a reminder of what we lost. Okay. Of how Xbox 360, PS3 games were just that was the pinnacle of gaming. Okay. And I'll even say the Wii, because I liked Wii Sports. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna name front. I liked Wii Sports. I like playing I'll tell you what, I like playing Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, because Resident Evil 4 on the Wii came, it was a whole different experience from the GameCube and the PS3. And not the PS3, PS2. But those were the good days. The Gears of War series, Killzone series, Resistance series, Halo 2, 3, ODST. Come on, man. That was the creme de la creme. Fallout 3, New Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. We're going to get into that later too. But so in the comment that he left on the channel, the CEO of Saber, he says, "Hey man, CEO of Saber here. I love your videos. When we signed the deal to make Space Marines 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had to change to work on something which by its nature was old school." Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just love you love when you hear that term old school, you know, just it's gonna be good. Quote, and he continued. He next shared how he inspired by Halo. Quote, "We worked on Halo back in the day, and that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. That is what we wanted to recapture. And oh, have they done it? Because when you're in this and you're surrounded by motherfucking just dozens of Tyranids, you know what I'm saying? And then you got this elite over here on you. You got this whip elite over here on you. You got the Ravener over there killing your homeboy. You got this Lictor hiding in the damn bushes over here. And your heart rate is just, and you just pumping it up. But the whole damn time, you're just massacring just Tyranids. You're just stomping them in the ground. The little ones want to try to jump at you. You grab them by the tail and you just smash them. And it's just heart pump raising, adrenaline pumping, just a good killing time. You know what I'm saying? Just like I say, like how Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, Gears of War 1, just the glory days of gaming. Let's continue. He then shared how his hope that Space Marines 2 and Black Myth Wukong, you know what I'm saying? He said, "I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion." That is the point. That is what we have been wanting. Just a fun ass game, no political shit, gay shit, drop down our motherfucking necks, and just a cool beat 'em up, shoot 'em up, gory mess filled time. That's all we want. That's all we want. Chad fucking characters, bomb ass women, fantastic gameplay. And that is what Space Marines 2 is. I've maxed my assault character. I'm working on some other characters. You know what I'm saying? That game is fun. You can drop in with your homies and you're like, hey, you got about 30, 45 minutes to kill? Let's go fuck up some Tyranids and just have a good time. Yeah, you may lose. Yeah, you may die if you're on a substantial or relentless difficulty, but you're having fun. You are having fun in the chaos. And Black Myth Wukong is another thing of that, another game of that. Finally, he lamented the state of the industry during his brief time as chief operating officer at Embracer Group. So Embracer Group isn't motherfucking free of the DEI woke bullshit themselves. Quote, I spent some time as chief operating officer at Embracer and I saw games there that made me want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. We just want to do some glory kills, get the heart rate up a little. For me, that is what games should be about. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That is what games should be about. I shouldn't turn on a game. Like, I shouldn't have to be fucking preached to about some bullshit DEI LGBTQ ally mess. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to even get a whiff of it. Why do you think all these damn games failed? Why do you think Dustborn is failing? Why do you think Concord failed? Why do you think Forspoken failed? Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Why do you think all of these damn bullshit woke? The tide is turning and I love to see it. And I'm loving it. And I'm gonna die on this hill. Power World started this. Not Stellar Blade, not Black Myth Wukong. No. Power World started this because they put out a game that's like, you know what? We're not going to give you any morals. We're not going to try to beat you over the head with an agenda. We're just going to make a fun ass game that you can come and play with your friends. And that's what they did. And then other people was like, maybe we can do something like that. Yeah. And then First Descendant. Then Stellar Blade dropped. Then First Descendant dropped. And we're just like, oh. And then we saw what they was doing with Mecha Break. And we're like, oh. And then Space Marines 2 came. And we're like, oh. And now the tide is turning. And I love it. Now, in other news, like I say, the tide is turning. And I love to see it. Former Pixar employee says the Inside Out 2 team was specifically ordered by Disney leadership to make protagonists come across as less gay. So even at Disney, they know, because the time-tested true saying is still true. You hurt the pocketbooks and they have no choice but to listen. Hit him where it hurts, in the pocketbook. All of these hundreds of millions of dollars that Disney is just hemorrhaging away. It's like a fucking fire hydrant that's been broken open into. They're losing all this damn money and they're like, we gotta do something. And even Disney, the leaders in the DEI pushing the LGBTQ narrative, even they gotta fucking bow down to reality. That this shit is not profitable. This LGBT woke DEI field bullshit is not profitable. And they're seeing it. According to a new report, in an apparent attempt to avoid any controversy surrounding the film's release, Disney responded to the original draft of Inside Out 2 by asking Pixar to rewrite the script in order to make the teenage protagonist, Riley Anderson, came across as less gay. And look what happened when the movie came out. People went and loved Inside Out 2. People could take their kids to go see Inside Out 2 because it didn't have that gay shit in it. And what happened? People liked the movie. Inside Out 2 kind of made some money, didn't it? Okay. This supposed Disney directive was first revealed to a public courtesy of numerous and alleged now former Pixar employees who spoke to IGN regarding the studio's purported less than stable status. I think for a month or two, the animators were working 7 days a week, said an insider. It was horrendous. that an anonymous employee said. One former team member even revealed that due to the laid off employees not being official members of the Disney workforce at the time, they did not qualify for any bonuses related to Inside Out 2's potential and ultimately eventual success. Okay? To be told by our HR reps that we were not going to qualify for that bonus felt like an ultimate fuck you from Disney. Another insider revealed that the reason for Pixar's supposed scramble regarding Inside Out 2's production was the fact that it was considered by many to be a life or death situation for the studio's future. Why is that? Because you've been putting out Lightyear, you've been putting out Strange World, you've been putting out Turning Red, all of these woke, DEI-filled mess of movies. It is what it is. That's quote. That the pressure felt by everybody. That was the pressure felt by everybody. An employee told IGN, we need this movie to succeed because we don't have a studio. And that is the pressure that everyone felt the whole time. Even now, I think people are gone, still feeling that pressure of like, oh my God, we did it. We did it. What? We have been telling you motherfuckers the whole time this is what you should do. We've been telling y'all this, but y'all motherfuckers didn't want to listen. Y'all didn't want to listen. To this end, another insider then detailed how the hopes of boosting the film's chances of success, the studio's higher up had given the Inside Out 2 creative team numerous notes urging them to ensure that the aforementioned Riley came across as less gay. In service of this goal, said the insider, the team was asked to remove any hint of romantic chemistry between the fledgling hockey pro and, presumably, given the context of the film itself, her fellow team member Val Ortiz, often in ways that required such outright changes as editing lighting in certain scenes and rewriting others completely. Yeah, because like I said, even Disney gotta bow down to reality. Quote, we were just doing a lot of extra work to make sure that no one would potentially see them as not straight, said one employee. Mind you, Riley is not canonically gay, explained another. Quote, in the film, what you saw, nothing about Riley says that she is gay, but it is kind of inferred based on certain contexts, and so that is something that they tried to play down at multiple points. Summarizing the thoughts of many Pixar team members regarding the matter, one insider admitted that a lot of us accepted the fact that we may never see a major gay character in a Pixar movie. You shouldn't want to see a major gay character in a Pixar movie. This is for children, I don't think Disney themselves is changing, but good on them for doing this. You know what I'm saying? Good on them. Because we are tired. We are fucking tired of this woke DEI narrative being forced down our fucking throats. We're tired of it. And we see companies are tired of it too because it's not fucking profitable. Okay? Now, last but not least, Battlefield. Vince Zappella, I think he's leading over there at EA and whatnot for Battlefield, confirms next Battlefield will use modern setting. I just want to read one section of this article that just sums it up just so nicely. Battlefield goes back to basics. All of it points to a back to basics approach for the next Battlefield. Indeed, head of Respawn and Group GM for EA Studios organization Vince Zappella is quick to shout out Battlefield 3 and 4 in course of sitting down with IGN to talk about these new reveals. On the decision to return to the modern era, he says, quote, I mean, if you look back to the peak or the pinnacle of Battlefield, it's that Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 era where everything was modern. And I think we have to get back to the core of what Battlefield is and do that amazingly well. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But I think for me, it's that peak of Battlefieldness is in that Battlefield 3 and 4 days. So I think it's nostalgic for players, for me, for the teams even. Those are kind of the heyday. Although I would say 1942 also. The return to the modern setting represents a course correction for the series after Battlefield 2042, which eventually found its footing but was otherwise widely panned for features like specialists, characters that made it seem as if Battlefield was trying to be a hero shooter. Its ambitious 128 player maps also proved unpopular with fans who preferred a more focused experience. Battlefield 2042 eventually went back to supporting 64 player per maps, and the next Battlefield plans to stick to that approach. Just take it in, because we were right. We were right. These overblown, everything doesn't need to be big and overblown and just complex, and everything doesn't need to be that. Everything doesn't need to be an MMO. Everything doesn't need to be open world. Everything doesn't need to be, like I said, just big, complex, and just keep it simple. Like, look at Delta Force that's about to drop. That game looks motherfucking nice. That's giving me them old Battlefield feels. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, is the tide starting to turn? Are we hitting that corner of when these people are finally understanding what we have been saying for years? Hey, let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments section below. You know what I'm saying? Hey, leave a like. Leave a like. All right? This is your boy, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.